Hey guys, I am doing the training video. It's Monday. The kids are back to school. So I'm going to start having my Mondays and Fridays in my office with no kids. So I'm really excited about that. So anyway, we're going to talk about two things this week. We're going to talk about your why and we're going to talk about our system. Okay. So your why is really, really important, not only for you and really being crystal clear on why you're doing this business, because knowing why you're doing this business keeps you in this business and keeps you working towards your goal, okay, whatever that goal is, okay? And you guys, your why will change as you move in and out of, this business, and as you reach certain goals, you'll have to adjust your why. Okay. But for now, you need to be crystal clear on why you're doing this business. And also it's something that you're going to use to talk to people at one-on-ones, doing webinars, doing parties. Sorry, I didn't get much sleep last night. So let's talk about what is in your why. Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about, you knowing what your why is and having that crystal clear. Now, some of the aspects of your why may not be conveyed in when you actually talk through your why at a party, okay? So, one of the things that we tell people to do in the beginning of their business is to make a 21 reason list, okay? A 21 reason list why you're doing Arbonne. Okay, so and maybe you can't think of 21 reasons right now, and that's okay, but you should go ahead and make a list and you should post it, okay? So for me, obviously, my number one reason is to be as present with my children as possible, okay? And working full-time and teaching high school was not accomplishing that, okay? Secondly, two teachers, there was not enough money for the month, and we're very, very conservative people with our money, very frugal, and we don't have a lot of nice things. We don't have new couches, we don't have new furniture, we don't have toys, but it's expensive to raise a family, and one of the things we spend money on is food, really good food. And so we want to be able to continue to be able to make memories with our kids and to be able to pay our bills and to save, okay? And just working alone, just having a 9-to-5 job didn't cut it for us, okay? So we want to be able to make memories and save money for our boys, or for our family, okay? Also, retirement. For me, retirement is huge. It's not that far away. I mean, hopefully I'll be able to retire from teaching altogether sooner than later. But you guys, I'm 45. So, basically, looking at retirement, I need to look at what my retirement from the school district looks like versus what my retirement with Arbonne could look like. What do I mean by that? Not that I'm going to stop working my business, but that, those Arbonne checks that come, do I want my $2,500 check from, I don't know how much it's going to be, from retirement, or do I want a $20,000 check that comes in every month from Arbonne, okay? Knowing that I'm building a business, another reason I'm building a business that can affect my family for generations, okay? I built this business big enough, then it is going to be self-sustaining and it's willable, okay? So I can will this to my family. Also, another reason I'm doing this business is to show my kids that when you set a goal and you work towards it, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. And so, I've involved my kids from the beginning of the business, from when Joshua was 3 and Jaden was 1. They knew what a white Mercedes was, and I was going to get one. So I encourage you to make your list of 20, and that's just a few that I'm giving you right now, okay? Another reason is that maybe you really want to help people look and feel better, okay? There are a lot of sick people out there, you guys, and we have products that are going to help with their health and wellness. It's going to help them look better, and they're going to feel better about themselves, and people that get in the business, you guys know that this is a self-development deal too. So people are going to grow. So there's lots of reasons why you can do this business. So make a list of 21 reasons why. Okay. Now let's talk about your why that you're going to talk about at your parties, etc. You guys know we have a little list, and it's in our presentation. but you're going to state your name, a little bit about yourself. Okay. Maybe you talk about what your day job is, or maybe you talk about that you're a wife and you have this many kids, or whatever, whatever it is. How you were introduced to Arbonne. Okay. So I was introduced to Arbonne with a sample pack in the mail, and it took me several months to try that sample pack. Okay. Your reaction to the business. Okay. What was your initial reaction? Because sometimes some of us are like, woohoo, yeah, I'm going to jump right in. But even when you're like that, you still have like questions and concerns, and it's important to convey those to people at your party. Because even if you initially were like, yes, I totally want to jump on this bandwagon, there are people you're going to listen to, or listening to you aren't necessarily going to have that same enthusiasm. So what are some of the things that are going to speak to people? One is maybe it's a pride thing, and for me it was kind of a pride thing. I'm a teacher and I went to school and I'm a professional, and why am I schlepping lipstick? Like, there's a pride issue there. So it's a fear of failing. It's not knowing enough people. It's not having enough time. Whatever your initial reaction was, and maybe you had a couple of them. Okay, say what those were. So my initial reaction was that I wasn't going to have enough time because I had babies and was working full time, and I was like, I wonder what people are going to think. That was one of my things. And then the next one is, what was your turning point? So basically I say, you know what, those people aren't going, what people think isn't going to affect what's happening in my life. And so if I want things to change, I need to just disregard what people are going to think, and I need to work to make sure that I can do what I need to do for my family. Okay. So, what was your turning point? How did you overcome your initial reaction? Okay. Maybe it's not knowing enough people. I didn't think I knew enough people, but what I realized is I only have to work with a few people that I know, and it gets me into a market of people I don't know. Or I like to do vendor shows, and I meet a bunch of people in my cold market that I never would meet, and so I don't have to even talk to my friends and family about my business, although you are going to. Okay, and then tell them where you're going. Okay, so Arbonne is going to bring me home with my kids. Arbonne is going to bring my husband home. Arbonne's going to allow me to be able to travel more. Arbonne is going to pay these bills off, and we're going to become debt free. Arbonne's going to pay for our white Mercedes. Where's Arbonne taking you? Okay, so and those things are outlined. So what I want you guys to do this week when I talk to you is I want you to read me. I want you to practice. I want you to write your why, and I want you to practice it so that when you say it to me, I really want it to come out natural, and I want it to be from your heart. Okay, I want it to really be attached to your heartstrings. I know when I used to talk about my why when I first started this business, I couldn't do it with a dry eye for years because I needed to be home with my kids. Okay, so so that's what you're going to do this week, okay? And what I really, really, really want to focus on right now is our system. Let's get this in our heads, what our system is, and let's really work to try to work the system, okay? So what is our system, okay? I'm going to write at the same time so that I don't mess this up. Our system is 2, 2, and 2. Okay, and that's two and two each week. Okay, so the idea is that you do 2 presentations a week, you do 2 one-on-ones or sample packs a week, and you do 2 opportunity, either coffee appointments or calls a week. Okay, so let's break that down a little bit more. So you do 2 presentations a week. So let's say your schedule is such that there is just no way that you can do two presentations in a week. What are some other options for you? Okay, well, we do have the virtual party, okay, and it is a little more work, but you could, the thing about the virtual party is that even though there's a little more work, you can work it in the nooks and crannies, meaning like either before or after work, you can get sample packs ready, texting people, reminding people, those kinds of things that you have to do. And then the actual webinar is like 20-25 minutes. And then after the webinar, you'll have to follow up with people. Okay, so that's going to take some texting and some time as well. So it's still kind of the same amount of time as far as getting ready for a party, driving, doing the party, and then processing orders. It's still probably the same amount of time. You're just kind of breaking it up into smaller chunks so you can text and remind and do all that. Okay. So, but that's what I'm going to have to do, because I basically have one night a week that I can really do parties. Okay. Because of my kids' sports schedule, and because working, and because of church and all the other things that are commitments of mine, I am going to have to do one webinar a week and one actual party a week. Okay. So I need you to think about how you're going to get your 2 presentations a week in. Okay. So 2 presentations a week. All right. So, and honestly, I really feel like you need to be out doing at least one face-to-face presentation. It's so important to meet people face-to-face. Okay. So, keep that in mind as you're making your plan. All right. The second 2, 2 and 2. Second 2 is at least 2 one-on-ones or sample packs. And by sample packs, I mean like a product trial. Okay. So, so one-on-ones, basically you have a full-size set of products that you can drop off with somebody. And I want to talk specifically more about this in another training video, but just real quick, when you do this, you're going to ask them if they would like to try full-size products of our amazing anti-aging line, or whatever line you think would be best for them. If they're a young teenager, or if they're acne prone or whatever, maybe get a set of other products that you could drop off. And you're going to have them ask them if they would like to try it for 3 days. Okay. And if they say yes, say, okay, I can, make an appointment time, drop it off. And then when you drop it off, you need to make an appointment time to pick it up and let them know it's going to be about a 20-minute visit, because that's when you're really going to tell them about the products. Okay. And so we're going to talk more about this. And if you are going to do this anytime soon, which I think you should be doing, okay, as much as possible, getting products, having people use the products, because once they use the products, they see a difference and they want the products, okay? But let's talk about it on your training call about one-on-ones and specifically what to do, okay, and what to put in them and that kind of thing. Definitely put in the 1-page Arbonne difference document that's in our box now under the product trial stuff, and the instruction sheet. And what you can do is you can laminate those so that you don't have to keep printing those out to go with your samples. Okay. So we have 2, 2 and 2. So we're still in the second 2. So either one-on-ones, which are like drop-offs, or you could sit down and do an actual one-on-one, where you sit down and you basically do the presentation and you do the products on the back of the hand. Okay. And you do the whole presentation. You just do it for one person. Okay. And again, it should only take 20 to 30 minutes. It shouldn't take, 2 hours to sit down and talk to somebody, and let them know, say, I'd like to sit down and tell you about Arbonne and have you sample some products in your hands and, kind of get your opinion, your thoughts. Can we meet for coffee for, 30 to 45 minutes and let me share some of these things with you, and then have a close sheet there, have a catalog, and be ready just like you would be at a party. Okay. So you can do a one-on-one where you sit down and actually do the presentation. You can do a drop-off where they try the product for 3 days, or you can do a product trial for people who are out of state, okay? And so I would do the product trial just like we would do for the vendor shows, just, edit them and manipulate them so that it's relevant to a non-bride, okay? All right, the last 2 is so important in this process, you guys, and so many times, it really should be the first 2. We should make the last 2 the first 2. So the last 2 in our 2, 2 and 2 system is to have 2 opportunity, either coffee appointments or phone calls a week. Okay. You guys think about what this would do to your business if this actually happened. Okay. That means you'd be talking to 8 people about the business every single month if there's 4 weeks in a month. Okay. So who are these people? These are people at your presentations. These are people at your one-on-ones. These are people sampling products. These are people that you know personally that you love and adore and you think would be great at this business. It's all these people, okay? you guys have the best gift. Okay, you have the best gift. And I know sometimes you feel like because you haven't been successful as far as, what's the word? Promoting, I guess. The fact that you guys are still here, you're successful, okay? And you know what this business can do for you. And I hope that you've read The 4-Year Career. If you haven't, as part of your homework this week, read that book. It is short, it is sweet, it is to the point, and it explains to you why you chose Arbonne, okay? This is a viable business, and it is something that everybody needs, honestly. I mean, people are going to bed at night worried about how they're paying their bills. People are looking for something. They are looking for something. Nobody ever thought I would be looking for something. My husband and I were teachers, we're professionals. Why would I need this little business? Well, you know what? I needed this business big time. And my family and I cannot imagine our lives without Arbonne. And I know from the people that I have sponsored and talked to that have, continued in this business, have thanked me for saying yes to this business because it got them into this business, okay? So I want you guys to really think about what you have and read that book and you offer it. You guys offer it. It doesn't mean that somebody's going to say yes right now. It doesn't mean that somebody's going to say yes in 10 years. But you know what? They're not going to be mad at you for offering it, okay? And it's one of those things where you can say, hey, listen, I think you would be amazing at this, and I really see how this could impact your life in such a positive way. But you know what? If it's not a fit for you, it is totally okay. I just want you to know it's okay to tell me no. Okay? Would you be comfortable telling me no? That's something you can ask them. Would you be comfortable telling me no? Okay? And if they say yes, then you present them what this amazing business is. Okay? And why Arbonne, you guys? Why Arbonne? Because we have the best products. Okay? Bar none, we have the best products. We also have the best compensation plan out there. There are companies that look to Arbonne to try to figure out a compensation plan. Okay? And of course, the personal growth is incredible. We have the best people in this business, period. Okay? And you guys, we have 2 multi-billion markets in our business. We aren't just selling nutrition. We just aren't doing skincare cosmetics. We have 2 multi-billion markets within our business. We have consumable products that people are going to need to repurchase. You guys, we have it all. We really do. We have it all. And if you fell into Arbonne by luck, like I did, well, not luck, it was divine providence, but I didn't do a lot of research and all of that. But you know what? I'm just so grateful that God put me in this place because it truly is the best company. Okay. And so your job is to offer it to other people, okay? So that last 2 in this 2 and 2 is opportunity calls. So briefly, and again, we're going to go over this more specifically. What do you do? So when somebody says that they're willing to take a look at the business or they're interested in looking at the business, you want to text them that 6-minute video, okay? It's just the Arbonne Opportunity video. You can find it on YouTube, Arbonne Opportunity, and find the one that's the most recent, and it's 6 minutes, okay? And then after you text them the video, text them 4 questions, and then ask right then and there for a time that you could either meet for coffee or have a phone conversation about the video and their answers to the questions. And then you're going to want to remind them, okay? You're going to want to remind them about maybe a day out, I hope you've had a chance to watch that 6-minute video. Just text me the answers to these questions when you're done. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow at 6. I look forward to meeting you at Starbucks at 6 and just giving them that reminder. And then you might want to text them the day of and just say, hey, I can't wait to see you tonight at 6. Because reminders are important because we are all very busy people, okay? So just sending out reminders is actually very courteous of you, okay? So that's our system in a nutshell, but I really want you guys to embrace it because once you start consistently embracing the system, you guys, that is when your business goes crazy, okay? That is when you get into momentum. And you guys, I know this month has been a struggle for a few of you as far as activity and, volume and all of that, but I don't want you to get discouraged. I want you to keep your eye on the goal, okay? Once you get into momentum, it's really hard. I want you guys to think of Imagine a big boulder, okay, a huge boulder. It's like the size of this room, okay? And you are pushing on this boulder as hard as you can, and it's not moving, okay? And you keep pushing, and it's just barely moving. But you keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and the more you push, okay, and especially if you have someone come on your team and they're helping you push, and then someone else comes on your team, and all of a sudden this huge boulder just starts going and it starts rolling on its own. You guys, that's momentum, okay? And getting into momentum is the hard part. So don't let your head get the better of you, okay? You have to stay positive. You have to stay focused, and it's going to be a tweak in your brain, okay? This isn't something that you can say one day, I'm going to stay positive and focused in my business, and then when something negative happens, it doesn't affect you, because it will affect you. You guys, it will. You just have to choose what your reaction is to that. Okay, so it's okay to feel bad and down when something bad happens or somebody says no or whatever it is. But you know what? You need to get over it, refocus, and move on and get started the next day. Okay, so that is your homework. Okay, so your homework is to, I want to hear your why, and I want you to read it with confidence. And I know you're going to be reading it, you know, but I want you to be able to read it so that it flows, okay, and you really know it, okay? And I really want you to think about this 2, 2, and 2 thing and how you can really incorporate that into your world, and what and how you're going to be consistent, okay? So okay, so that's our training call, and I look forward to you guys. Don't forget to send me coaching call forms. Try to do it ahead of time. I really do try to print them off and read through them, and so that I know specifically how I can help you. And I think that's it. Okay, all right. Love you guys. Bye.